Hello and welcome to beautiful San Diego, California. Toyota brought TFL out here in order to drive the 2019 Toyota Avalon. There are two different versions we'll be driving. That's including the hybrid and the Big Bad V6. Coming up next, which one's better? We're about to tell you. Technically speaking, there are 4 different flavors for the 2019 Toyota Avalon. The base XLE, which starts at $35,500, and then you move up to the XSE, which is $38,000. Then from there, you go up to the Limited, which is $41,800, and the Touring, which starts at $42,200. Now, with that in mind, consider this. 3 of the trims, the XLE, the XSE, and the Limited, you can also get in hybrid. Now, if you want that, it only costs $1,000 more. Howdy friends! Do you like your engine smooth and sweet, providing lots of economy and fairly good power? Then you're looking at the right engine, because this baby here is a hybrid delight. Combined with the electric motor, 4-cylinder engine puts out 215 horsepower. It's hooked up to the front wheels through a continuously variable transmission, and gas mileage, 43 mpg. And let's see how it does. Toyota's done a really good job making sure that this vehicle stays in the power band, considering that it is a hybrid and it weighs a lot. It's a heavy car. I've been playing with it for a little bit, and there's no setting that really makes it that sporty. You can go to the sport mode, and it does feel a little bit more energetic. This thing has gobs of luxury. It's extremely comfortable, it's very efficient, and it handles pretty good. There is something very interesting in terms of hybrids and regular sedans with the V6, and that is they've managed to make the interiors basically the same in terms of space. Toyota took the batteries and put them underneath the back seat, and because of that you have the same amount of space in either car. I've been driving these for 2 days now, and you know, it's obviously electrically assisted power steering, but I think the weight of the steering, I like it a little bit heavy. It's not wanting for power. That's the good news. Back in the day, man, when you had a CVT paired up to a hybrid, you weren't gonna go fast. But now, this thing is legitimately fast for such a big car. I almost ran over a camera car right there. Yeah, they did a great job with this. All right, guys, so we finished up with the Limited Hybrid. Really smooth car. I'm actually really looking forward to getting my hands on the Touring. Now, there are a lot of things that differentiate this vehicle, the Touring, from the hybrid. Exterior, interior, suspension, yep, all that. So let's start from the front end. You have a unique front end, you have unique wheels, you have unique mirrors, you have unique exhausts. Quad exhaust, which I think looks pretty cool. In terms of driving, you have the special adaptive suspension system, which allows you to go from comfort all the way to hardcore sport.
It has 650 levels of damping force adjustment, and it's continually monitoring road conditions, steering input, G sensors to ultimately find that right level. So within every 20 milliseconds, it is adjusting the suspension based on the driving conditions in the environment. So if you're going over a bumpy road or train tracks or something like that, it'll soften up a little bit, and hopefully you won't feel as much of that. But then when you're really getting into turns, it'll stiffen up a little bit, and you can actually manage that through our new drive modes as well.
The hybrid, it was really smooth and it was very genteel, but I have a feeling this is going to be a lot more exciting. It's a totally different animal than the regular sedan and the hybrid. I'm on the fence about augmented sounds from the engine bay. Some of you guys do not like it when induction noise is amplified, piped into the cabin, which is exactly what this vehicle does. It definitely sounds sportier, but here's the important part. what I just did there, that's important because that's the suspension. And the suspension takes an extremely heavy car and makes it a lot more compliant around the corners. The settings for each mode, Sport, Sport Plus, and all that. When you go to Sport Plus, this thing absolutely holds on. It doesn't want to lean. You'll lose tire before you get the body to lean. Let me put it to you that way. I will say that it does its job exactly as you want it to. In fact, this thing could handle another couple hundred horsepower and still perform great. I don't see much of a difference between a car like this and then driving the big bad LS. This is something that, if I survive in my 60s, this would be something that as a daily driver, I'd be more than happy to drive, especially for such a big car. It's got gobs of space, has a little bit of personality. I was totally prepared to say, nah, this thing is, look, guys, save your money, just get, the regular one or whatever. And no, there's a lot more personality with this thing than I expected. So to recap, do I think the touring package is worth it? Oh, hell yeah. It takes the Avalon, which is usually a fairly sleepy car, and it turns it into something kind of special. I'm saying it because at the end of the day, a car you can have fun with is a good car. And that's cool. I just said a Toyota Avalon's cool. Oh, God. Let the emails begin. Let the comments begin. I have to go on record. I actually recommend, for a pretty fun car, a Toyota Avalon. It's the Touring. And I honestly think Toyota really did swing for the fences when they built this vehicle because the suspension's great, it has a rewarding sound, it's a great all-around car, but if you want good MPG and a great city car, the hybrid's the way to go. But man, that Touring, wider tires and a bigger sunroof, baby, and I would seriously consider buying one. For the Fast Lane Cars, this is Nathan. I'll see you later. I found some Roman stations, so there's some Barry Manilow and Neil Sedaka. Yeah, that's totally fine. Nice, mellow rock works. I actually had Eagles on earlier, and driving around the streets in California, Eagles absolutely fine in any vehicle.